Hello everyone and welcome to the shit pit here at Daily Crisis Farm. So what am I doing in here? So some of the other farmers that I have seen have talked about what happens to animals after they've died on the farm. And I realized it was something that we hadn't really necessarily talked about, but it is part of farming and it's a part of nature. So I thought maybe I would give you guys a little insight into how we handle things here. So if we backtrack a little bit, all dairy farms for the most part carry what they call a farm pack. Um, Essentially, it's an acronym for Farmers Accountability Something Management. And in that, we do checks and balances between us and our vet as to how we handle dehorning, our general animal husbandry, and what happens to the deceased or if a cow needs to be euthanized. So you have three options in that contract. You can call the Dead Animal Man, which is a protein recycling service that used to go for dog food, but I'm not sure what it goes for now, if they still do that. You can bury them, which is just like a standard grave. In fact, before we use the practice that we have now, Anna Mae was buried under this barn, obviously long before it was built, and Goldie was buried right out here before that dairy barn was made. So we kind of pretend like they're kind of like the pyramids of Anna Mae and Goldie. But anyway, what we use now is a little different than some places, but we use the third practice, which is the composting practice. So many farms, especially your parlors and things, have a lot of wastewater, so they use the slurry system for their manure systems, which is the big tanks, and they put a liquid manure out on their fields. We use a dry pack. So this is our dry pack barn. It is more like a composting, similar to what you would do if you were composting for your garden. It's a mix of our box stall manure, which has the straw, it has wood chips from our gutters, and of course the manure. So what we do is when you have a 1,500 to 2,000 pound animal, you have to do something with her. The protein pickup services are expensive. You can only dig so many holes, and the compost is what works for us. So we had a cow this week that had slipped, busted her hips. There was really nothing we could do for her. We did everything that we could, besides picking her up and carrying her around, which obviously is not practical. We did the best thing for her, which was to euthanize her. Again, part of nature, part of farming. So then what do you do with this carcass? So we bring it in here into this stocking shed. We put down a layer of dry, which is either the dry manure, some straw, some spent feed, something along those lines. And then we put the carcass on top of that, another layer of a dry material, and then we put down this partially composted manure that's here already. This is pretty essential for the composting structure because you need that dry to keep the carcass drier, and then you introduce the microbes through the partially composted product, which actually starts to work through the dry compost that's in there. The next stage is something that, for those that are squeamish, you may not want to watch for just a second, but this is where we laid the girl to rest. So what you can see there is lovely maggots, and for as disgusting as it smells and as creepy as it looks, they are essential for the composting structure here. They are aerating, they are also adding their own manure. They're allowing for the microbes to get in and for the decomp to actually start. And so it's very important that, yes, they're annoying, yes, they're disgusting, but it's part of the decomp stage. So in about 3 months, any soft tissues, soft organs will be gone. Within 6 to 12 months, the only thing will be left will be hard bones and a little bit of the the hide and things like that. But that'll all go through the manure spreader and will be pulverized as it goes out onto the field. And so we actually repurpose anything that is deceased here back into our nutrient management style program, where she is returned back to nature. So here at Daily Crisis, we are a composting farm. It works for us. It is not everyone's practice, but it is for ours. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment or to let me know, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. I don't really know how you end something like this, but thanks for watching.